This is Sally Kohn for the Women's Media Center, and we are talking with Jim Dean, the chair of Democracy for America. Thanks for talking with us.
Hey, Sally, thanks for having me on.
So, Jim, so many questions I could ask you, but I really want to talk to you about the 2012 elections. The first question I have is, do you think it is helpful to women in politics in general that Sarah Palin and Michelle Bachmann are in the race? Does that help more or hurt more?
Well, I think because they're so extreme that it's been a real distraction for the issues that at least I think are most important, and most women that I know think are most important to women, which is the issues of fairness, the issues of quality, issues of them being the deciders of their own health care. To hear these kinds of things from Palin and Bachmann, I think is a distraction, but you could say that about the entire ticket. I think we've just gotten bogged down. The voters definitely are, they want to move on to jobs, and they want to move on to the economy, and they want to let people be what they are, and I think they believe in all of this stuff, but Bachmann and Palin have been a distraction to it, I think.
Now, in all likelihood, caveats to Ms. Bachmann, we're going to end up with another presidential race that's a male politician versus a male politician. How do we get more women in politics?
Well, you've got some good ones. We've got some good ones right now, and we need to leverage off of that. And the thing is that there are some great programs out there that people really should be paying attention to. I like to think our training program is pretty good, and we've helped a lot of women run for office at the local level, which again helps people up the food chain. But if you look at other organizations, Emily's List is doing a lot of this kind of training and cultivating. The Women's Campaign Fund is doing a great campaign called She Should Run. The Emerge program has done a great job at helping train women to run for office, because it is different. And we really do need these kinds of programs that speak to the issues specific to women when they're running for office. And the other thing is, all of us can help by trying to implement public financing. We've had public financing in my home state of Connecticut right now. It is a home run. More women have run for office than ever before. It wasn't that women couldn't raise money. You still have to raise money for this, but you don't have to go to Hartford to all the same old networks to raise that dough. You can do it out on your own, and the threshold isn't what it used to be. And it's been a huge benefit not only to women running for office, but also to the entire state and the taxpayers. So there's a win-win there, and these programs are good programs to get into, as I think as ours.
Now, Jim, the folks who you represent, all of them weren't necessarily strong Obama supporters. Some of them were. What would you say is the mood of your base, of Democracy for America members, looking into the 2012 election vis-a-vis Obama?
Well, I think there's been a lot of frustration. And my feeling is look, we got to change this country with them or without them. And we have chosen this year to work in a lot of areas where we have opportunities in states for forward-thinking legislation on things like health care, on things like equality, on issues like campaign finance reform and other issues, hydrofracking being one. We've had to fight back in other states, such as Ohio, where we are now, and in Wisconsin. But we really believe that the more that we can make changes happen anywhere, the more it bubbles up that narrative about how the voters really feel about having a more progressive and responsive government. And, look, I'm going to vote for President Obama myself. I don't have a problem with that at all. I'd like to see him do a few things differently, but right now we got to go where the opportunities are. And eventually we're going to get into all this election hoopla, but I'm hoping it's not going to be until about June. And in the meantime, we're going to be doing a lot of work at the legislative area and also helping legislative candidates.
So the fight is everywhere, not just the White House. Jim, your grab bag question. Go ahead. Reach out. Oh, he's going to need his glasses. It's all right. Should have written bigger. All right, read it to folks and then answer it.
What color do female politicians look best in? As you can see, I'm not exactly a wasn't really born to be a fashion consultant. But I would also, I think, I hate to echo Lavana's thing, but I say the color that they feel best in. But just don't take that advice or look at what I'm wearing to take any advice from that.
All right, so you take your political campaign advice from Mr. Dean here, but not your fashion advice, folks. Thank you for talking with us.
Thanks for having me on, Sally. I appreciate it.